Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, PrincetonTrader.com, here for NTMarkets.com with your Wednesday morning pre-market webcast. Okay, S&P 500, E-mini futures, continuation chart, daily. And what we see is, we talked about how if it was going to be a head fake to the downside, that the bulls were going to have to put in a day yesterday. That didn't happen. And what we saw is the bands open up. The bears put together their second solid day in a row. Actually, their third solid day in a row if you take Friday into account, a day in which they were very close to being taken on an upper Bollinger Band ride after the 2014 half highs after the Scotland vote on last Thursday night. So in the last three sessions, the bears have probably acted better than they've acted all year. They rejected new highs, avoided an upper band ride, which they really haven't been able to do much, reversed it, broke through middle band, held it as resistance, and then the hardest part for them has always been following through. To get below the lower band, below the 50-day exponential moving average, which have been a problem back here, right? Here's your 50-day exponential moving average. That was a problem the last time we were down. We've cut through there. Now, what are we seeing this morning? Well, we've just traded from 2014 half to 68 quarter. What you're seeing is a bounce. Does that mean that we're not on a lower Bollinger Band ride? No, absolutely not. We are on a lower Bollinger Band ride. We are in day two. I am taping this in day two of a lower Bollinger Band ride. How does the ride get negated? Well, the only way the ride gets negated today is that they can close this market above 88. So, I am still short 89. We've taken some profits. We have a lot left. I've got a free ride stop on that at 88.75. So if I get taken out, I get taken out. I am long 69. I got long late yesterday afternoon. I've taken a little bit off of that, and I'm letting the rest work because if the bears do blow it, like the bears are absolutely capable of doing, then I'm long the lows, and I'll let that ride. So I have a 69.25 free ride stop on that. So I'll keep taking profits where I need to, but either way, I'm not going to lose any money. So that's how we're playing it in the room. Now, what am I expecting to happen? Anybody who's followed the webcast for any period of time knows that my definition of lower band rides are AM highs that die, morning highs that die. What did we see yesterday? Here's the 15-minute chart of yesterday. 10:15 in the morning, we do 1988, and what happens? It dies. It dies huge. So what's happening now? We're creeping back up. If this is a true lower band ride, and now that the bandwidth is like at 2.18, it's up over 2, the bands are starting to expand. So they kind of become a magnet, and price keeps getting attracted back to them until they get out to, around 5 or so. So that's why if you measure band rides in time or you measure them in handles, you're looking at it the wrong way. You have to measure it in terms of bandwidth. The bands are done when the bands are done, and price continues to attract back to them until they're done. So what am I expecting? I'm expecting a lower high versus 88 at some point this morning, and I expect that high to die and us to head back down towards the lower band, which today is at 1972-ish. That changes constantly, but at this moment it's at 72. So that's my expectation for today. If that expectation plays out, you'll see me exit another portion of my long on that morning high and probably add some to the short and go ahead and see what the day brings. What a band ride does not mean. It doesn't mean that the bears have to have a huge 1% down day every day. That's not what it means. It means they just need to keep making lower highs, and you'd like to see lower lows until the bands are done doing what they're doing. The other thing is, it becomes very difficult to fight this in the opposite direction. This is not the time. There are times to buy lows, like last night when we get down to 68, 69, we were due for a bounce. But getting long and adding every other handle on the way down is just as not smart as the people that add every other handle on the way up when we're making new highs. You have to let things play out. Don't get yourself into a very large position that you can't control. Okay, everybody have a great one. Follow us on Twitter at Princeton Trader. Check out the website, princetontrader.com. Come check out the chat room. Come trade this stuff with us. We're doing it every day. I'll be back tomorrow morning with another webcast. Trade them well.